Welcome back. This is, I believe, day 13, and we are going to be going over prop firms, which ones are best, the pros, the cons. I'm going to explain what level you're at, consists of what account you should get, what strategy you use, what account you should get. Okay, so starting off with Apex Trader Funding. This is what I use to trade. Why? Pro, you can already see you can copy trade up to 20 accounts. So if you have 20 50K accounts, you have $1 million in funding. If you have 20 accounts and you make 200, which is super little for one account, but you have 200 across 20 accounts, that is 4K right there. Okay? So, let's go into more in depth on how they work. So, it's $34.95, I think, $34.95 for one eval, and then a $120 activation fee for a 50K end of day drawdown. Do not get the intraday drawdown. Intraday just means that when you are buying and you are in a position, your unrealized P&L, if you're up 1,000, that daily loss limit will come up with it. Okay? The Apex accounts are 1 day to pass on the eval, so you could full port if you have enough money to risk. You could pass it in 1 day. And then on the fundeds, all you need is 5 days of 250 plus, 50% consistency, which means that when you go to take a payout, your max total P&L on the account 1 day can't be more than 50% of that. So if you're up 2K, 1 day can't be more than 1K. If it is, you just have to make more to meet that 50%. You can request a $1,500 max payout on one account per payout cycle. Okay, so if you have 10 Apex accounts of 50K, you can request 1,500 on each of those, and that would be 15K right there. A buffer is needed. I believe it is 2.6K in order to request your payout. So you have to make 52, your balance has to be 52.6K in order to request the payout once all of these are met as well. So pros, cheap evals, you can copy trade up to 20 accounts once you understand what you're doing. I would highly recommend this if you are a beginner and you want to get your hands on some real money. Again, all of these prop firms they give you a fake account, okay? They give you pretty much a paper account, but it feels real because you spent 34 bucks. So if you're a beginner and you're not confident in passing, go with the Apex Trader Funding because you're going to blow the account anyways. It's inevitable, it's going to happen, but you're going to be saving yourself a lot more on the evals than if you are to go with the other accounts, okay? So if you blow accounts a lot, go with Apex because they're only 34 bucks. You can blow through 3 before having the equivalence of one of these, okay? Great. Next, the Lucid Flex accounts. They have Lucid Pros and Lucid Flex. I like the Lucid Flex more. I believe they are $90 if you open up a crate by them and you have the 40% off. I think it's like 87 actually. No activation fees, so when you pass, you don't gotta pay nothing. It's 2 days to pass. You need 5 trading days. There's no consistency on the funded, but a buffer is needed as well. I am not quite sure or remember what it is. It might be 2.1K. But the pros of these are cheap accounts overall once you pass, and there's no consistency rule on the funded. So you could quite literally make 5K on the first day and then get your 4 other trading days and then request that. I believe there is a max payout on this as well. I believe it's like 2K, okay? Alpha advanced accounts, okay? There's also alpha something else accounts. I like the advanced accounts, and here's why. It's still, I believe, $99 or $109, depending on your code. I do have a 10% code for this. The others, I do not have a code. These are 2 days to pass on the evals, and there is no consistency once you pass on your funded. The max payout that you can get on these alpha accounts is 15K. So every single trading cycle, you can request 15K. 5 trading days, no buffer needed. So let's say you make 1,000, you just got to hit your trading days, and then you can request, I believe it's 50% of that 1,000 right away. You don't have to make a buffer. So again, pros: cheap accounts overall, no consistency, big payout gap, and no buffer needed. Tradeify select accounts. These are also $100, no activation fee, but for the evals, they're a lot harder to pass because it's a 3-day pass. Okay, you have to trade for 3 days. Their consistency is 40% on these accounts. But after you pass the accounts, there is no consistency rule. You can get daily payouts. So you can get a payout every single day once you have the buffer met, which I believe the buffer is 2 point something K. Once you pass that buffer, you are able to request daily payouts above that buffer every single time. Again, because it's daily payouts, you only need 1 trading day, so you could quite literally make 4K in 1 day and request that payout. Pros: daily payouts, cheap accounts, no consistency. Okay. If you are a beginner trader, you're going with Apex. If you are a more advanced trader and you you have a high win rate and a high risk reward, and you don't want to be, fucked over by the consistency rule or a max payout, go with the Alpha Advanced accounts. You can get up to 15K per account. If you like the daily payouts, which I believe is a lot better than the Lucid Flex between these two, you can choose between the two. With the Tradeify select accounts, it's just harder to pass the eval. So if you being stuck in eval jail is okay with you, go with the Tradeify daily payouts. Okay, this does mess up with intermediate traders because the daily payouts does get to your head. You have that greed to want to get a payout every single day. So it is very easy to blow the funded accounts on these. Okay, Lucid Flex is great. With all the accounts, it's pretty much like the middle of the good and the bad. Okay, this is like, yes, right? No one's gonna say no to a Lucid account. They also pay out very quickly, within quite literally a few hours. Apex takes around 5 days for a payout. Alpha Advanced takes a day or two for a payout, and the Tradeify Daily takes about 1 day or a few hours depending on your first payout or multiple payouts. Your first payout is definitely going to be a lot longer because you have to set up like a Rise account. So those are the 4 that I would recommend. They are linked in my Discord bio. I only have an account for these, but I'm sure you can find some sort of code for the rest of these. Maybe one day I get a code for these, but not my biggest concern. So hope this video helps. If you have more questions about, the rules and things like that, because if you do mess up these rules, you aren't able to request a payout, and you may even need to reset a payout cycle and recomplete these. So make sure you understand the rules. Okay, once again, these are the payouts that I would recommend. Do not go to any shady prop firms that you see other TikToks or influencers promoting, because those are most likely scams and they're trying to make money off of their codes. Okay, so please don't listen to those people. Stick to these 4. I can let you know. You can send a prop firm to me that you think is credible and you want some, second opinion. Send it my way. Other prop firms beside these that are also good are Top Step and TPT. I think that's about it besides these big 4. Alright. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you the best of luck if you are purchasing your first prop firm account.